It was take 40 when Maya realized she still didn't have her intro together. She was terrified and scared. She didn't know what to do. So she took a break, read out her script, and realized, to hell with it. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But I do know one thing she'll talk about is spooky season. Spooky season with painting her nails. Welcome back to the My Pyre Production channel. You guys, fall is here, as I've mentioned so many times, but this is my favorite time of year. We get 3 holidays in one: Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. But spooky season is here. So what better way than to celebrate with the Halloween this or that? And to top it off, we're not going to just talk about it, but I want to paint my nails with some fall colors. So I have OPI olive green here. I have a nice orange by Essie. Top it off with a matte coat. And I always like to start off with my nails with a natural base coat. We're going to be filing these puppies down, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the this or that. So I'm not a chocolate person, and I know before you go crazy and stop this video, let me tell you, I love certain desserts with chocolate in it. For example, chocolate chip cookies or brownies. Sometimes I'll have like a chocolate mousse. I love Oreos, but I'm not a chocolate fan. That's not a first thing I'd pick. So I'd have to go with fruity. And that could be a drink, it could be a dessert. I'm just not a chocolate person, so I have to go with fruity. I saw this question, I was like, I thought of 2 movies. I thought of Twilight, and I'm like, thought of Edward. Why did I think of Edward Cullen? What the heck is going on? I would probably have to go with, in the other movie for The Witch, I don't know. I think of Salem. Why do I think of that? That's the first thing that comes to mind. I'd probably have to choose vampires because at the time when I watched Twilight, I thought Edward Cullen was attractive. So we're gonna go with vampires. That's my reasoning why I would choose that. I wouldn't want to be a trick because it's like that has a negative connotation, but I'd rather be a treat because, you know, everyone loves treats. Everyone gets excited over a treat. Shoot. Halloween party I would love to go to because I would love to dress up. I'd rather, but then, well, since we're in quarantine right now, if I had to choose now, I choose a scary movie because I can watch any scary movie by myself. And sometimes I'll sit and be like, why in the heck would I want to watch this by myself? But I have to choose a scary movie quarantine style. But if we weren't in quarantine and there was no such thing as COVID, I would choose Halloween party because I like dressing up for any occasion. So I went to a corn maze today. It was really fun. It was called Skelly's Farm Market, and we got lost in the corn maze that we went into. It was pretty, it was huge. It's huge, and it was really fun. It was really hot. But if I had to choose, I would say, if you asked me as a kid, I would have said hay rides because I loved doing the hay rides and the wagon rides. But if I had to choose now, I'd probably choose, see, it also depends too. It depends on the weather. If it's really hot, I'd rather do a hayride because I don't have to walk around. But if it's a nice crisp day, I would choose a corn maze. because getting lost in a corn maze is a lot of fun, actually. And my mom and I got lost in a corn maze, and it was actually really fun. Went around in complete circles. Couldn't read the map to save my life. Kept looking at it, I'm like, I don't even know where we are. So that was like a really nice, joyful one. But if it was scary, if it was a scary corn maze, I think that would be even more fun. But it has to be with no kids, because you know, kids can do that. But like after hours, it's dark, and they got the lights and stuff. It was like a scary style. I would love that, but I would choose a corn maze. I would probably do a funny costume. I wouldn't want to do scary. I don't know. I feel like funny, you can do many different things with it. Scary, you can too. But I'm not a scary person. I like to watch scary movies, and I love to like do haunted houses, but I wouldn't want to dress up scary unless I was specifically working at a haunted house or something. I think, yeah, I would choose a funny costume. What would I be if I was in a funny costume? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think I would be in a funny costume? I would want to know. So if y'all have been with me since day one, you know last year I made a whole entire video on pumpkin everything. Everything, y'all. Last year, everything pumpkin, from tea, donuts, cereal, you name it. Pumpkin pie, everything. We went crazy. This year has been a little slow down, obviously due to reasons. But I have gotten my coffee, I have gotten my pastry, I have gotten my Pop-Tarts. That has not gone away. So I love pumpkin pie, everything. Pumpkin seeds are good, toasted and stuff, but pumpkin pie or pumpkin anything, I'm choosing pumpkin pie. Fun fact, growing up, we grew up with sweet potato pie, traditional thing in the Black family household. It wasn't until I say when I was probably in my early double-digit stage, where we started to eat pumpkin. And then my mom made this delicious pumpkin sweet potato pie, and that changed the entire game. Since then, we have been pumpkin lovers. Of course, sweet potato pie lovers first, but pumpkin pie has been on our meal list every year. So I wasn't always a pumpkin pie lover, but it wasn't until Virginia we had that pumpkin sweet potato pie, and that changed the entire game for the win. All right, so I have a quick story. When I was in France, we had to. The bus never stopped in front of my host mom's place. So the bus would stop on one side of the street, and I had to cross a lot of trees and sidewalks to get onto the other side of the street, or to the other side of the road, because it's not like your typical road where if you cross the sidewalk here, you're on the other side of the street. I had to cross through a lot of trees and buildings to get to the other side of the road. So let's just give an example. Logan Street was here. To get to Paul Street, I had to cross a whole bunch of stuff. So one night I had visited a friend who I hadn't seen in forever. When I got off the bus, it was probably 11 o'clock at night. I'm in France by myself. And I mean, I can speak the language just fine, but every now and then I need English. So I was praying, like, just, get through this forest, get through this lonely, dark sidewalk. And there was gypsies that were living there. And there's not any negative connotations with gypsies, nothing wrong. I would love to have met one. But they were camping out and stuff. And so, like I said, I've seen a lot of horror movies, so I don't play. Especially if I'm by myself in the dark, we definitely don't play. So I was walking through this, when I say pitch dark, no lighting at all, no street lights, nothing. It was just dark and quiet. I was terrified. I wanted to run, but then that's obvious, so then you could hear me. I wanted to turn my phone on, and I did for a little bit, but I think my phone battery was dying. I had the iPhone 7 then, so my battery was draining fast. And so I was like, in this moment, I stopped, and this sounds crazy. I stopped in the middle for a second and just listened to the quietness. And I was like, how do people in scary movies even think of this stuff? Like, I'm like freaking out. So I just kept on walking really fast, really fast. It took about a good 5 minutes, like I said, to pass through all of that to get to the other side of the road. Will I ever do it again? Heck no. I don't play when I'm outside by myself in the dark. I don't play. So this question is very interesting. Bottle feed a baby zombie or walk through a dark forest? Who has seen Train Bussin' or Busan? I don't know how you say it. Train Busan would say. That movie was fire. I'm not into zombie movies, but that movie was fire. And watching that little girl in that movie, I'm think of her. If I had to, you know, be with a freaking zombie, I don't think so. I don't think I want to do it. I'd probably freak out and scream. So I probably want to walk alone through a dark forest. Why? Because, you know, I can release some thoughts. I can take a, you know, nice stroll, exercise, get my steps in, whatever. This is a crazy question. So all these questions are crazy. I was never an animal person. You can ask anyone that knows me and they'll be like, she was never an animal person. So I'm really surprised she got cats, right? I'm all of a sudden this cat lover. My brother wanted to get cats last year and we were like, okay, something new for us, because I didn't grow up with any pets. So I always thought black cats it had a negative stereotype. It's considered bad luck when you're around a black cat. And so obviously growing up with that and seeing that in the media, that's my mind, okay? So since I've gotten cats and I love these two little nuggets, you can hear them, they're in here. I would probably have to choose a black cat because black cats are mysterious, right? They're different. Some are very, you know, territorial and protective of their space, and some are really sweet. I've met some that have been scared. It just depends on the black cat. And so if I had a black cat, I'd have much more of appreciation for him or her or they. And yeah, so I'd have to choose a black cat. Obviously a no-brainer. Of course, chocolate. I'm kidding. Pumpkin spice all day, every day. Love the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, so that's a no-brainer. I'm a shopper. I love to shop. Not ashamed of it. I don't know. Celebrating my neighborhood. I mean, I wouldn't want, unless I knew a lot of people in my neighborhood, then we can like do something. But I've only been to like 2 block parties in my life, and that was in Chicago. And then like I said, I went trick-or-treating as a kid with my friends and neighbors at her house. So we traveled to her place a lot. So yeah, I'll probably go to the mall. Especially on Halloween, it depends too. It could be, you know, if the neighborhood, it depends on the scenario. Are the neighbors having, you know, a Halloween kind of fiesta is what's going on. But I would probably choose the mall anyway because I can get food there, I can shop and chill out, you know. That was the last question. Okay, it's your turn now. So if you could choose between this or that with all these questions that I just answered, which one would you choose? Choose your favorite question and let me know down in the comments. And as you can see, it's a nice little olive green and orange. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button, click the bell and subscribe button so you get notified when I post new videos. Hope you guys are enjoying spooky season, and until next time, peace.